Chapter 24. Shizu was standing in the town center with Seal preparing for the harvest festival. Seal, of course, Azrael would be taking longer than necessary. She has no self-control. Shizu, well, it gave time for everyone to return from battle, so I'd say it should be fine. Chloe, honestly, you really shouldn't be such a stick in the mud. Seal, time and time again that doesn't seem to change. Chloe was in her adult form. Seal, whatever the case, you both should leave. I would prefer to concentrate on something at this level. Chloe, please, you and I both know this is as simple as breathing air for you. If there's something you want to say, then say it. Seal, fine, I prefer cheap brats that try to play adult. Specifically leave, but I wouldn't want the brat who couldn't get it right after countless tries to be lonely. Chloe, I don't think a billboard-bodied side bitch has any room to talk. All those years together, and it wasn't your memory that gave her comfort. No wonder he never asked you to attend to him as quickly as he succumbed to the charms of another. Seal, at least I was actually there for him. Besides, it wasn't yours either. I can confirm you hardly stood out in his thoughts in comparison to everyone else. Chloe, that's fine. Unlike others, I can cope with the fact that something that wasn't me made him happy, unlike a certain cooter computer that needed an assist to get the job done. Seal fired an attack at Chloe's feet, which she dodged. Seal, I need no help from that degenerate fat-ass otaku brute. Chloe unsheathed her sword to retaliate, but Shizu got in between them. Shizu, okay, let's all take a few steps apart before we do something we regret. Seal and Chloe, speak for yourself. Shizu, then leave it at something Rimuru would regret. Seal and Chloe glared at each other before turning their backs on each other. Chloe left and Shizu followed her. They decided to guard from a rooftop. Chloe, Shizu-sensei, I never got the chance to say it, but I'm happy you're alive. Shizu, I'm also glad that Rimuru kept his promise and was able to save you all. Chloe, he really is amazing. You really are quite lucky to have so much of his love. Shizu, so much seems like an overstatement. Chloe, I can tell about all the love you seem to receive after hearing you three for a couple of nights. I didn't think you'd be so perverted. Shizu was a blushing mess. Shizu, see, Chloe, I swear it's not what you think. There's. Chloe, please don't be like that. I know very well he's loved you the most. I'm certain he'd even love only you if you just asked honestly. I've always been quite envious of that. Shizu, Chloe, it's certainly not your fault or anyone's. Really, the heart wants what it wants. After all, it's the same reason no matter what happens I won't stop loving him. The world he wanted to live in is within his grasp, and that's all I can ask for. Shizu, it pleases me to see how much you've grown. Chloe, personally I've honestly peaked a long time ago in terms of growth. Shizu, while we're on the subject, is there anything else about this timeline that makes you worried? Chloe, honestly no, by all accounts I'd say we've won already. Rimuru-sensei seems to be taking his time, which honestly seems reasonable. Why rush after all, however? Chloe's expression seemed a lot more serious as she saw Azrael dragging the king and archbishop into town by their collars while Diablo carried an unconscious Raisin. Chloe, that Manas is a wild card. Shizu, Azrael, Chloe, yes, Shizu, well, as far as I can tell from my time with her, she can be unique, but she cares for Rimuru as much as we all do, if not more. In fact, I think it can be at the cost of her self-care, but she still does her job with excellence. She looked after Tempest while we were gone to ensure nothing bad would happen. I have faith in her. Chloe, I see. Well, in any case, I suppose we should get ready. The harvest festival is about to start after all. Azrael approached Seal. Seal, how you managed not to mess up? Color me surprised. Azrael, obviously not. It was Master who entrusted this to me, so of course I have to live up to expectations. Seal, just hand me the souls already. Edmaris, enough of this. I demand to speak to your emperor. I come all the way out here and he doesn't even come to greet me. Is that truly the lord you wish to serve? Surely powerful ladies as yourself have better use of your talents than serving that childish bra. The ominous presence of the two girls was palpable, even to the oblivious king. Seal, Azrael, why is a corpse talking right now? Azrael, good question, I can only wonder. Seal and Azrael both stared at the foolish king as he began to sweat buckets. His screams could be heard throughout the plaza. Not long after Seal gave the order for everyone to gather in the plaza, immediately Azrael helped guide them all through. When she stopped, Hakuro and Geld along with the other worlders Shogo, Kiyoya, and Karara all bowed as low as possible in Azrael's presence. Azrael, so did they do their job accordingly? Please say no. Hakuro, I am loath to admit it, but they followed your orders quite well. Geld, yes, the battle was much easier with them on our side. Azrael, I see. Well then, continue on. Best not to keep Seal waiting. 3 bastards, stay with me, and try not to be annoying. Too afraid to speak, or even breathe loudly, in Azrael's presence they simply followed her orders. Once everyone gathered in the plaza, Seal and Azrael began their announcement. Seal, ladies and gentlemen of Tempest. Today, we stand on the brink of a momentous occasion, the Harvest Festival. This is not merely a celebration but a pivotal event in our journey, a time of transformation and unprecedented growth. As you all know, the Harvest Festival is a time when we embrace the cycle of rest and renewal. For a period, we will enter a deep, magical slumber, allowing the very essence of our beings to merge with the boundless power that flows through our Lord and Master, and our own desires in how we should serve Him. This sleep is not one of weakness or retreat, it is a profound communion with the forces that sustain and empower us. In this state, we will gather strength, heal old wounds, and awaken with newfound vigor and abilities beyond our wildest dreams. I can feel the anticipation in the air, the undercurrent of excitement mingled with a touch of apprehension. It is natural to feel this way, for what we are about to undertake is extraordinary. But rest assured, we are not alone. We are a family, a community bound by trust, respect, and unwavering loyalty. Together, we have faced countless challenges and emerged stronger every time. During this festival, let us embrace the unknown with open hearts and minds. Trust in the process and in each other. Know that when we awaken, we will be more powerful, more united, and more prepared for the future that lies ahead. Tempest, prepare yourselves for a transformation. Sleep deeply, dream vividly, and awaken stronger. The future of our realm shines brightly, and it is ours to seize. To the Harvest Festival, to Tempest, to our boundless future. Everyone cheered at Ciel's speech. Ciel and Azrael looked at each other and nodded. Azrael had processed the human souls to be far fitter to be used in the Harvest Festival's gift portion, and it was an excruciating process for the souls of the soldiers to be shaped and altered this way. Azrael couldn't help but find amusement in that. Once she handed them to Ciel, the citizens of Tempest began to feel the immense drowsiness and fell unconscious to receive their gifts. Only ones that were awake were Ciel, Azrael, Shizu, and Chloe, along with a few other exceptions. Shizu, how long might this take? Ciel, quite long. To give them this much growth would take much longer than 3 days. We'll need to watch over them in the meantime. Azrael, maybe we should have given them beds and blankets so they wake up comfortable or something. Chloe, Harvest Festival gifts never took this long. Why is it taking so long now? Azrael, because our master is as caring as he is cautious. He's allowing them to reach their peaks once again, but with far more improvements by his standards. Shizu, speaking of which, where is Rimuru? I expected him to lead this charge. Azrael had a blank expression with empty eyes. Ciel, he's busy with other pressing matters at the moment. He'll be gone a while. Shizu, I see. I hope it isn't too hard on you seeing him leave so soon. Azrael, without getting to spend much time with him. Azrael took a deep breath. Azrael, such is my duty. It's quite fine. Azrael pointed to the 3 troublemaking otherworlders. Azrael, you 3 come with me. I have a job for you all to do in the meantime. They all followed. Chloe looked on as the otherworlders followed Azrael and couldn't help but wonder where she was going with them and why she decided to spare them. Once Azrael brought them to a private yet spacious room, she spoke to them. Azrael, I brought you all here for 2 reasons, to do something that would help you all get stronger while helping me get off some stress I got from Master being gone. Azrael took off her blazer. Azrael, are you all up for it? They all stared, quite surprised at what Azrael implied. Azrael, well, Shogo, Kiyoya, Karara, why yes ma'am, whatever you desire. Azrael, good. Azrael slowly walked towards them. She put her hand on Shogo's chest, slowly moving up and down from there, splitting him. She did this process to Kiyoya and Karara much quicker. Afterwards she took a deep breath and licked her lips. They were back like they had never left, but the trauma of being killed was still clear on their face. Azrael, as it stands now you're all far too weak to be of use, so I'll be using my ability after you die to tweak your mind, bodies and souls to perfection. Generous of me, I know. Now let's continue on this process to make you all better. Please try your best. Azrael said this with a cold smile as she approached them slowly, her shadow overwhelming the terrified otherworlders. Meanwhile, Rimuru made his way to the city of the Forgotten Dragon. When he finally arrived, he was immediately confronted by Midray, Hermes, and a handful of dragon faithful. Midray, you are in the territory of Lady Milam. Who are you? State your business here. You are clearly a strong one. If you've come to cause trouble, we will show you no mercy. The group of the faithful was stampeded through by none other than Milam Nava herself as she embraced Rimuru with her arms and legs. Milam, big brother, I'm so happy to see you. Rimuru, I told you I'd stop by and see you, didn't I? Of course I wouldn't break my word. Hermes. Also that's the big brother she loves to talk about. Hermes said as he started to get up along with the rest of the faithful. Being shoved by Milam was a natural occurrence, so they'd gotten used to being toppled like bowling pins. Midray. Forgive us, we were unaware that you were Rimuru Tempest, the boy of the forest and Lady Milam's big brother, as she says. Rimuru. It's fine, it's a pleasure to meet. Milam grabbed Rimuru's arm. Milam. We can worry about that stuff later, come on big brother, this way. Milam then dragged Rimuru along with her. Midray. It's honestly quite hard to believe Lady Milam herself would ever insinuate anyone as her superior in any way. Hermes. You're telling me I didn't think she even had any siblings? I guess she just really respects that Rimuru guy. Milam brought Rimuru to the room she likes to stay in. Rimuru. So did you do all I asked? Milam. Yes. Rimuru. Good, things are going smoothly, though I'm surprised you'd have no objections about any of it. Milam. Of course, I wouldn't if Big Brother says it's fine, then what else matters? Rimuru. She really has developed a Big Brother complex. I hope it's not too much. Well, I suppose things could be worse. Rimuru. Thank you for doing such a good job. I'm lucky to have such a reliable little sister. Rimuru patted Milam's head, much to her endless joy. Milam. Does that mean you'll do that thing I asked about in return? Rimuru. Well, I guess so, but it's still a bit embarrassing, though I guess it's fine if we're here. Rimuru sat down and Milam excitedly rested her head on his lap as he patted her head. Milam. Can we stay like this for a while before we have to? Rimuru. Of course. Milam smiled as she closed her eyes. Rimuru. Milam, the guilt I felt for not saving you still pierces me. I will do what I can to make you happy this time. I never thought I would find such pleasure in spoiling you. Rimuru looked out a window and glared outside. Rimuru. I will make a world where no one I care about has to suffer anymore, especially you. To be continued.